welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are making shito. Now before I start everything, let me say a very big thank you to all my subscribers for the support and the love you've showed. We are 1K. Hooray! I'm super excited even doing this video. Thank you so much. It's because of you that we've reached this milestone. So thank you and keep sharing the love. Now let's go back to business. It's shito today. So shito is one of those sauces that is very vital in most Ghanaian homes. To know how I made this yummy delicious goodness, let me introduce the ingredients to you. I would have the list of ingredients in the description box down below. Now, one of the main ingredients when it comes to shito making is onions. Trust me, shito is all about the onions. You need lots of them. I have 10 medium to large size onions here, and I have some garlic as well. I usually like to put a little bit of garlic in my shito to give it that garlicky flavor, although it's optional. Now I have here some tuna. Now this tuna, let me quickly run you through how I made it. So it's your regular smoked tuna, pounded and made into a powder, then dry fried. So you fry it in a very dry, clean pot with no oil to get it really like bone dry, or to remove the excess moisture in the tuna. So this is how it looks like after that. I have here my smoked dried herrings. Now this was the bits that was left from the whole herrings that I used. So I decided to throw it up in the shito. Again, this is optional. If you really have something like that, you can add it for more flavor. What is shito without shrimp? You know what? Although it's tuna, but I still love to add that shrimps in it. So this is my shrimp powder. It's a whole shrimp that I pounded myself. So it's not super smooth, but it's perfect. Then some ginger, obviously. You need ginger when you're doing your shito. And for my spices, I have here some cloves, about a tablespoon. Some black peppercorns. I'll add some star anise. I like the smell of star anise. I love it. Some aniseeds, which we call in Ghana nkete. This is optional, but it makes your shito smell so good. Some bay leaves, a couple of those. So your Maggi cube or your stock cube, whichever one you have is fine. Some powdered pepper. Now this depends on how spicy or how hot your pepper is, so you can either add more or less. Of course, some salt to taste. And then the boss itself, which is the oil. You need lots and lots and lots of oil for shito. Now I started off by chopping my onions and blending it. Trying to make this recipe cook really fast. As you know, shito can take a very long time to fry. So I have a trick that I use, which is oil. So anything that you're supposed to use water, you use oil instead. So I'm going to blend these onions and the garlic with the cooking oil, just to make sure you minimize the use of water. So literally this is like a no water shito. Quickly added everything in my blender, the onions, the garlic, and the oil to act as the water to help the blender blend it. Now whilst blending, if you feel like you need more oil to make it blend well, please do so and add. Once it's blended to smooth, you put your pot on fire and then add your blended onions and garlic. Add your oil to it, because remember you blended it with oil, so you want to add a little bit of oil. We'll gradually add oil as we go, because we don't want to fill the oil too much for it to splash everywhere. So for now, I added just a little bit of oil to start the cooking process. Shito is one of those things that you do not need to leave unattended, otherwise you burn it. So you have to keep an eye all the time. Now, while this is cooking, in the same blender, I added my ginger, my black peppercorns, my cloves, my star anise, and my aniseed. Again, as I said earlier, anything that you're supposed to use water, you use the oil just to quicken up the cooking process, so it doesn't take long at all to fry the shito. So I added some oil to help the blender blend. Once it's blend until smooth, you add it to your already cooking onion and garlic paste. Now, just when I added this, the smell, after I started smelling that nice aroma and nice flavor. It smells so good. Have you liked this video yet? What are you waiting for? Please do so now. Thank you. Give it a stir. You can even see the onions and the garlic has started separating. Because there's no water, it's fried really quickly. I fried it for another 15 minutes, continuously keeping an eye on it. Because the thing is, if you leave it unattended and go watching TV, you burn your shito. So make sure you keep an eye on it continuously for 15 minutes. And then, as you can see, the color has changed already. I added my bay leaf. Because the bay leaf is very dry, I added it first and stirred it for another 5 minutes or so to make sure the bay leaf absorbs the liquid or the oil to start releasing its flavors or aroma. The aroma in my kitchen, it smells so good. The ginger, the spices, the cloves, it all smells good. Now, after frying the bay leaves for 5 minutes, I added the herrings. I added it first because it's quite big and it's not in a powder form, so it might take longer to cook. So I added it first, cooked that one too for another 5 minutes to soften it up. Now, after 5 minutes, I added the rest of the ingredients, which is the stock cube or the Maggi cube, whichever one you have is fine. Then the almighty shrimp powder, I have here the chili powder for the spiciness. Then the main ingredient, the tuna. Give it a quick stir. At this point, you want to add some more oil because the tuna and the rest of the ingredients will absorb the current oil. So at this stage, you can introduce another oil to the shito. Are you subscribed to this channel? What are you waiting for? You still not subscribed? Why? Please do so now. Thank you. You can see how the oil has absorbed all the tuna and all the ingredients I just added. Your shito is all coming together right now. Now, when it comes to the chili, you know what? If you make it too spicy, it's too hot. If you put less spice, you eat your shito like stew. So just make sure it's in between because, well, shito is meant to be hot. But if you're somebody who doesn't like too much spice, yes, you want to keep it on the mild side. However, if you make it too mild or if you put very less pepper, you end up eating your shito as a stew. When you leave it in the fridge, it will be a stew. Now, after stirring continuously for another 30 minutes, your shito is almost ready. You can see the foam started forming, but I usually want it a little bit more darker. So I'll keep it on for another 15 minutes. The trick is the foam on top. When it begins forming, you know your shito is almost done. But please, again, don't leave it unattended. You don't want to burn your shito for sure, because it will have some bitterness, some bitter taste after it, so you don't want it to burn at all. Now, after another 15 to 20 minutes, your shito is ready. Look at that. Have you seen the foam that I was talking about? Yes, that is what tells you that your shito is ready. Let me give you one tip. The enemy of shito is water. So to keep it long in the fridge, make sure you avoid dipping in wet spoon in your shito. Avoid keeping water around it. Leave it to cool completely before you start bottling it. I usually leave it overnight before I bottle it. Enjoy your waakye with your shito, your fried rice, your kenkey, your jollof rice, or anything. If you've not seen my previous video of my no-leaf waakye, I'll put the link in the description box down below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.